Going on to the portal itself, the Pan-African Media Portal, I just would like to say a word or two about PACAI, conference, and more precisely about API, as calls it Professor Berger, the campaign itself. Obviously, it was mentioned that African Media Initiative is a partner to PACAI, and I would like to add here that more importantly to the conference itself, the African Media Initiative will be a solid partner for API, the campaign itself. And in that regard, I want just to acknowledge some of the African Media Initiative's board members who are in this room. We have actually about 6 board members of AMI who are here, which shows actually the importance AMI gives to this conference and to this campaign. And as the representatives of the owners and operators or managers of the African media, which at the end of the day bear heavy responsibility on the future of the media landscape itself, I think it was very, very, very important to do that. And among our board members are Ori, who was with me on the stage, Ori Okolo. Is also Linus Gitahi, the CEO of Nation Media Group, back there. Then Kaitira Kanji, who is the regional director of media, of MISA, Media Institute of Southern Africa. Eric Chinje, I'm not sure if he's in this room or not, and Professor Kwame Karikari from Ghana. So I just wanted to start by reiterating the African Media Initiative's commitment to this campaign, and of course to this conference that is going to keep happening every year. And of course, I'm hoping that our next annual meeting, the African Media Leaders Forum, which will happen in Tunisia, that the African media owners and managers of this continent would, in our final declaration, endorse the declaration so that they can put all their weight behind the campaign. And I can assure you that would happen in November. And because we have our board members here, our committee to that, and they'll make sure with us it happens. Turning now to the Pan-African Media Portal. Just want to say a couple of words about it. It's a joint initiative, and we have about 4 partners in it. Of course, the African Union started it. It is initially a project of the African Union Commission, which comes from a very noble vision, which is trying to make sure there is a kind of picture on this huge quote-unquote animal, which is the African media, because the African media is disparate. I mean, it's diverse. And who is the African media? Who are the players? I mean, what do they do? Where are they? And what are the opportunities, the challenges, and in which environment they operate? That's ultimately the objective of the Pan-African Media Portal. It's basically to provide a picture of the media landscape on the continent, so that people can go and find who is who, what is they doing, the challenges, the opportunities, etc. Now, to do that, obviously, it's easy to say, but to do it is much more complicated because you do need to have a platform, and hopefully a robust platform, which can not only gather the information, but organize it in a way which makes sense. So tag it, sort it, so that it can become a bit friendly. So AMI, being the umbrella organization, has worked with A24 in Nairobi and All Africa Global Media, was known as allafrica.com, which is one of the largest websites on the continent, to try to make that happen. So I am here this morning with All Africa Global Media and allafrica.com's CTO, Gerard Burton, who's going to just help us go through it. And we are basically going to show you the platform. And I want to say this in French, so, because there's a very good expression in French, a very nice proverb in French. So I'm going to say it in French, and hopefully there would be a translation in English or something equivalent. Donc en français, on dit que une auberge, c'est comme une auberge espagnole. Une auberge espagnole, on y trouve ce qu'on y amène. So hopefully that was translated. But basically, you know, what it means is like a Spanish hostel. So you find in it what you bring with you. And that actually is an appeal to say that what we're going to see here today is the beginning of a work. Basically, it has been seeded to give it a life. This is just like a birth, right? To give it a life and to make it really a success. All of us in this room who are part of the media ecosystem on this continent and others who are not here need to be actually active participants to this platform. Otherwise, it would not happen, it would not grow, and all the energy would be wasted. So please, you know, this is an appeal to us here and to all our colleagues around the continent. Let's try to give this a chance. We have the platform, but the platform is, you know, I dare say useless if we do not provide it with what it needs to be sustained, which is basically the content. There's some content which has been seeded here, but we need to go much, 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 much further than that. As you see, it says it's a resource by, for, and about African media. And you can actually basically go into it. Of course, on the homepage, there is different things, why join, and why, you know, add information to it, and it gives all the reasons why, you know, one should be joining this platform. Now, if you just scroll and go into the website itself, there's a media listings. So now these media listings, you can just scroll down almost all the media actors on the continent. But as I said, you know, if it would only become that, if everybody around the continent who is a media player comes in and provides information, whether you are a media house, a news and information organization, or you are a blogger, or you are part of a support group, MISA, you know, Article 19, extra, or wherever, from wherever you sit in the media landscape, in the media ecosystem, you can go in and provide the information so you are recognized. And of course, that information, you can do it by country, and so you can research it also by country. You can also go and input the information by zone or by area of specialty within the media landscape. So that's the media listing. We can take, for instance, Kenya, because we're based in Kenya, so of course, easier to start by providing news and information about Kenya. And of course, you know, I'm saying we have captured as much as possible all the media players within the within Kenya. And this includes also the regulators. And it includes ministries of information extra. So almost everybody who is, again, a media player within a country. So we can take Kenya, of course, we can take Ghana, or we can take Liberia, or whichever country. But of course, the level of information within the platform now will depend on, you know, where we have focused to provide the information. Like I know that now in Nigeria, Kenya, and Ghana are the ones which are much more advanced, because we had people in all those different countries provide us And South Africa, Sharon is reminding me, because we have people in those countries spearheading this. Actually, the lead consultant on this is based in Ghana. So after that, after the major listing, we can look at the resources. Now, resources is important because we need to know what is the regulation in the different African countries, what are the Pan-African instruments we have related to media. Like, for instance, you can go in it and find, for now I think we have about 23 documents in it. Like, you can have the Windhoek Declaration, so you can go and look at it, download the Windhoek Declaration, read it, because many people, of course, it's almost easy today to find some well-known documents like the Windhoek Declaration. You go onto Google, or Google will give you that, right? But there's some other documents which are much more local to a country. Let's say you are a researcher, you're interested in the legislation about freedom of expression in Senegal. Maybe there is something. Now, on this platform, you will find it there. And as I said, it will only be found there if somebody put it there. And that somebody will be, hopefully, us at AMI, what we can do, but also, our partners in Senegal and others. So you can get the information from there, you can download it, you can go through it, you can share it, and, expert. So, and this process is pretty easy. And there will be 2 lives to this platform. The first one now, because we're just getting out, everybody who wants to submit content does it through a third party. And that third party is AMI. So you send the content to AMI, and AMI uploads it. Ultimately, in the second generation of this platform, second life of this platform, people would have, you'll see there's a login somewhere, people would have to do their own login and upload the information. But obviously, they would need to be identified and authenticated before they do it, so that we can keep the integrity of the site, and that you don't find there whatever else somebody else wants to find there. So anybody who would be ultimately submitting information, resources to this platform would need to be authenticated. And it's not complicated to do, because we have a database of most of the players around the continent on our landscape, but of course that changes regularly. And as I said, there will be second life to this platform. For now, everything goes through AMI until such time that we deem it's now ready to be open to everybody from wherever they sit to feed into the platform directly. I think another important aspect of this platform is the community. Now, what this means is simply there are a lot of discussions and a lot of issues being discussed around the continent, which pertain to the media landscape, either in country or continent-wide. We have now, for instance, this campaign we are engaging on. I think it's important to provide a platform where actors who are interested in it could come and discuss about it. But it also can be something as simple as, you are a journalist somewhere around the continent, and you want to bring the attention of the community towards a specific issue, which could be regional or continental or even topical in one country. So you can go in, submit your opinion piece, and people would be exchanging about it. So basically, creating a platform where people, professionals around the continent can have meaningful debate about issues of common interest. So that also is on this platform, and it would be, it is ready to be used. So now, we just uploaded an opinion piece from Trevor Kube and Charlene Hunter-Gold, who are the co-chair